Zermatt Switzerland, home of the legendary Matterhorn and playground of the rich and famous. Most people assume a trip here is impossibly expensive, a bucket list dream that's completely out of reach for a regular person. But is that actually true? We planned the perfect 3-day itinerary in Zermatt to find out if you can experience the best of this incredible place without destroying your bank account. We have arrived in Zermatt. The Matterhorn is behind us, and this is such a pretty town, isn't it?
It really is, with all the Swiss buildings, the Matterhorn backdrop. Man, it's no wonder this is a postcard city. You could spend weeks here really exploring. If you love hiking, there's skiing all year round here. Really, it's a non-stop adventure paradise.
I wish we had weeks, but we only have 3 days.
So, let's explore.
Zermatt is a town that was built at the foot of the Matterhorn specifically to attract tourists to the Alps. It is very busy and no motorized vehicles are allowed. So to reach Zermatt, make your way to Matterhorn Terminal Tash to catch the train. It leaves every 20 minutes and will drop you off downtown where you can grab an electric cab to your hotel. Our hotel, the Hotel Aristella Swiss Flair, offered free shuttles from the station. The great thing about Zermatt is that there are no cars allowed down here. There are electric vehicles and electric bikes and electric taxis and lots of people, so it's still really busy. I couldn't imagine if they had cars down here. But if you do want to get around, you can take an electric taxi, or I suggest renting an e-bike for the day. It's a great way to get acquainted with the area. We have arrived at Lake Stellisee for sunrise over the Matterhorn. This is incredible. You take the 5:30 gondola up, and it's about a 30-minute walk, maybe 20 minutes. It's pretty fast. And sunrise today was at 6:20. They change the gondola every time depending on when sunrise is. So we made it up in time, and it's spectacular.
I'm on top of the world.
So right behind me is where all of the crowd is, and naturally that's the classic perfect reflection. So if you want to get that spot, you want to get up here early and maybe even camp up here. And there you have it. The sun has risen over the Matterhorn. Not a bad way to get up in the morning. What do you think?
Well, we just finished sunrise here at Stellisee with the Matterhorn. It was awesome. And now we're heading off to do some more hiking in this beautiful area.
Another amazing thing to do in Zermatt is the 5 Lakes hike. You don't need to be up for sunrise for this hike. People take the entire day to enjoy the trails. But if you do go for sunrise, head out early because you'll have it all to yourself. I have to say, doing sunrise at the Matterhorn over the lake and then getting to walk down the trail right afterwards, it's amazing because we're the only people here. Most people went off to breakfast. We decided to skip that so that we could get some of the trails to ourselves. And the rest can't get up on the gondola until a little bit later. So it's pretty cool. I highly recommend it. The 5 lakes consist of Stellisee, Grundsee, Grundsee, Musigi, and Licey. Each lake has different views of the mountains. 3 lakes have reflections of the Matterhorn, but I found them all to be picturesque settings in their own right. Wowee! Another reflection of the Matterhorn here at Lake Grundsee. We skipped breakfast and got here right away, and it's just a stellar shot, and nobody's here. It's spectacular.
All right, this lake down, it's absolutely beautiful. We're off to the next one.
Well, this is a very scenic trail. Everything is something new on our hikes to all of the different lakes and lookouts and viewpoints. It's just massive hiking around here.
It's awesome. That's quite the rock fall.
Another gorgeous lake out here is Grundsee. It's another beautiful reservoir. The Matterhorn's in the back, and you can see all the glaciers surrounding it. Lake Grundsee is a popular lake for swimming. The sandy bottom lake is the perfect place to have a picnic and sit back and relax. We suggest packing a picnic lunch and plenty of water, but there are restaurants along the way where you can stop and recharge. If you need to use the washroom, you do need to order something, so make sure you have some cash on hand. Well, this is a nice little picnic stop right here at Mugisee, but it's a beautiful turquoise lake with the Matterhorn in the background.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What a day.
Great thing about hiking up here in Zermatt is that you can take the gondolas and the lifts up to so many places, so you don't have to do some serious uphills, which, you know, we all love doing. This is great because, you know, most of it you start at the top and then work your way down, and you just have some undulating hills that you're climbing, making for a really pleasant day. I did not have to work very hard to get up here. It was like a 20-minute walk. Not bad, eh?
Well, we've made it up here to Gornergrat, and it is the highest point at which a cogwheel train goes.
The Gornergrat cogwheel train has been operating since 1898 and is Europe's highest open-air cog railway. The full journey is 9.4 kilometers from Zermatt and takes 33 minutes to reach the destination of 3,098 meters.
It just keeps on going. I guess we get off at the end.
It's a steep climb with awe-inspiring views, and we had constant views of the Matterhorn all the way up.
Welcome to Gornergrat.
It's so cool because you get right up here and you're amongst all the glaciers and you're just surrounded by these peaks. Usually you'd have to fly or trek in or do a helicopter tour, but the cog train took us right up, and it's a pretty special ride.
Definitely.
Gornergrat is home to Europe's highest hotel. There's a small chapel, a restaurant, and an interactive museum, so it's worth spending a little bit of time once you reach the top. Well, it's worth going into Zoom. That's a really cool interactive place where you can do some virtual reality. There's a great film that makes you feel like you're right in, like you're part of a flying through the air, and there's some history on the area as well, so definitely go inside. I keep using the term spectacular, and I don't know what else to use because it really is. Every time I turn around, it's so beautiful. It doesn't seem real. After you've finished looking around, you can take the train back down, or you can hike. We highly recommend hiking because it's one extraordinary scene after another.
This is worth the hike.
The great thing about hiking in the Zermatt area is that most of the hikes are downhill. The hike from Gornergrat to Rottenbaden was about 45 minutes, but we probably took at least an hour because we kept stopping to enjoy the sights. The trail follows the train tracks down, and once you reach Rottenbaden, you can hike to Lake Riffelsee to see the beautiful reflections of the Matterhorn. While you're there, keep an eye out for the Zermatt black-nosed sheep. The sheep are not too hard to find if you're willing to hike a bit, as they have GPS trackers on their collars. Once we reached the train station, we followed our GPS and found the shepherd with her herd, where she allowed us to have a little visit with these cute creatures. Well, we found the beautiful black-nosed sheep here and the sheep herder Deborah by using the app. That's really great. I was like, I didn't know if it would work or not, and I'm walking down going, I think the sheep are somewhere around here. And here they are. They're lazy this afternoon. It's been a long day. It's late. But this one loves having her ears pet. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
We're at Glacier Paradise.
3,883 meters. Woo!
What a view.
Matterhorn Glacier Paradise is Europe's highest mountain station at 3,883 meters. The trip starts in Zermatt and you transfer to 3 different cable cars before reaching the top. The gondolas move 2,000 guests per hour, so make sure to get there early to beat the crowds. Are you excited, Dave?
I'm excited. We get to go up to the Glacier Paradise here where you can look over all the highest peaks in Europe. I'm excited.
We are riding the highest gondola in the world up to Glacier Paradise here at the Matterhorn. It is about a 40-minute ride to the top. You have two transfers that you have to do to get up here. Then you get onto this luxury ride of it's the ride of all rides on this gondola, and you're surrounded by glaciers already. It's amazing. A standard round-trip peak season price is 120 Swiss francs for 2025. And it's valid for 2 to 10 days, so you have the flexibility to wait for good weather.
We're at Glacier Paradise!
This is amazing. There's people up here skiing, and you can ski all year long here. People come up here for the view, but there are plenty of other things to do up here, and we're going to start with Glacier Palace, which was our favorite experience. How often do you get to walk underneath a glacier?
Wow, this is so cool. It's again, another incredible ice palace underneath a glacier. Man.
This is really out of this world. You know, the photographs they do not do this justice. They show ice sculptures down here, and I think it's far more interesting that we're just going through tunnels under a glacier, because you can see ice sculptures anywhere in the world, but you can't walk under a glacier anywhere in the world. Look at this.
This is pretty amazing. There's nobody here. We had this whole ice palace to ourselves, to walk around and explore. It's pretty awesome. You don't get that very often.
I think a lot of people come up to the lookout and forget that there's a restaurant and an ice palace and other things to do. It's really worth it even if the weather's bad. Whoa, this is crazy. The minute you step outside, you feel the wind, it's freezing, you feel the altitude. I can't believe people are skiing up here. It's warm down in Zermatt and it's winter conditions up here. If you are looking for a real adventure, you can even trek to the summit of Breithorn, the easiest of all the 4,000-meter peaks in the Alps.
Hey, where else can you take an elevator almost up to 4,000 meters? I don't think anywhere else.
There are many things to do in town, and one of your first stops should be a visit to the Matterhorn Museum, Zermatt Atlantis. The museum focuses on the climbing history from the first ascent of the Matterhorn in 1865. There are plenty of interactive displays and a recreation of the old town, taking you back in time. There is climbing gear on display from the early pioneering days to the modern technology used today. Plus, there are interviews with climbers who have summited the Matterhorn and memorabilia from their expeditions. It really is a great way to spend a couple of hours in the afternoon. Come up the steps of the church and look over the old town, and you have a great view of the Matterhorn and all of the old original buildings here in Zermatt. St. Mauritius Church in the main town square has great views of the Matterhorn. And from here you can also see the 30 historic buildings dating back to the 16th century. Known as the Rear Village, or Hinterdorf, you can take a stroll through here and then make your way out to some hiking trails for better Matterhorn views. Or you can stroll down to the Vispa River.
There's great trails all around Zermatt that you can just follow the river, you can go on your bike, you can walk around. It really is a great walking and biking city.
Zermatt may be all about exploring the Swiss Alps, but one of the best things you can do is stroll around town, taking in all the different views. And you cannot miss heading out to the pedestrian-only shopping street for some high-end shopping and dining. Well, walking in the old town is a super busy place to be if you want to come out and go to the bars or have a beer and sit on people watch. Come on down here. It is busy, man. We have our mountain bikes and we're ready to go. We picked them up here from Slalom Sport. And the great thing about Zermatt is you can get mountain bikes that are e-bikes. It's really hilly here, so why not have fun? You're on vacation. Get an e-bike so you can go touring. Can't wait. We are off to cycle all around the region of Zermatt here. The Matterhorn is just going to be in our view all day long. We're heading to the 4 Lake Cycling Trail. This is awesome. If you want to try something different, the Four Lakes bike tour is awesome, going down some single and double track mountain bike trails. Zermatt is very bike friendly, and you can take your bike onto the funicular from the Suniga-Rothorn Valley Station and then transfer to the gondola to Blauhard. When you get to the top, you'll follow the route to all of the lakes of Zermatt.
Okay, we have transferred from the Cogwheel train. Now we're getting on to the gondola. And then it's easy riding after this. No uphill. Awesome.
So what's pretty cool is that you can load your mountain bikes here into the gondola, head up, and then just ride all at the top here in Zermatt. It's pretty amazing. If you're a biker, you gotta do this. All right, we're here doing some mountain biking in Zermatt. We have the Matterhorn behind me. Look at these views. It's something you have to do when you come here to Zermatt.
The Four Lakes bike route follows a lot of the same trails that the Five Lake hikers take from Stellisee to Musaji. After stopping at Musaji, we split from the Five Lakes hike and joined the Oberhohenweg bike tour. This is where we had some really fun single track riding through the trails and one hair-raising cliff to cross.
Well, we follow the bike trail path, and we are not riding here, ladies and gentlemen. That's a sheer drop. Sometimes you just gotta get out and walk.
Spectacular! Now that was epic.
We are at the Zermatt Matterhorn lookout, and we are overlooking the entire village of Zermatt. And right there behind those clouds, you can just barely make it out, is the Matterhorn. On our way up here, it wasn't covered in clouds, and now it is. But you know what? It's still a spectacular scene, so we're gonna wait it out and see what happens.
The Zermatt Matterhorn lookout is one of the best places for sunset. The weather didn't cooperate with us, but it was still a beautiful view over the entire town. So it's worth going up to see it.
Well, the viewpoint is pretty high up along these, a cobblestone path up to the lookout. It's really worth it though for a beautiful view over the town. It's a lot of work, so leave early. It's much easier going down. I'm enjoying this much better.
For access to all of these hikes and lookouts, check out the official Zermatt website for the multi-peak pass deals as they change frequently. Up to Gornergrat costs approximately 126 Swiss francs and about 120 francs for Matterhorn Glacier Paradise, but you can bundle everything together to save money. And if you enjoyed our videos, make sure to subscribe because we put up new travel videos each week.